welcome to Planning Phase Syndicate. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. This is episode 83. Tonight we're going to be talking about plot cards. We want to talk a little bit about what do we think they are, if they're good, if they're bad. Do you want to keep them in your deck list? Do you want to throw them into the trash? This is also not to do with pre-release or sealed. This is only strictly for Premiere. So I have to preface all of these things nowadays with that. So this is for specifically Premiere only. We also will be talking a little bit about some changes going on in the podcast, and we'll talk a little bit about that here in a few minutes. And if that wasn't enough, I have like 5 new lists, I think, that we'll cover as well with the guys. With that being said, welcome back to the show. JJ, how are you tonight, sir?
Doing very well. Kind of sad I didn't get to do any pre-releases, but I got some tournaments coming up my way, so hopefully I can hit those up before I end up going out for the various holidays that are coming up here. But super excited. Been playing around a lot with a lot of these new cards and like revamping a lot of the old leaders. And man, it's just been a ton of fun to deck build and make a lot of new things there. And also super excited again. If you guys did not see the post that we did back on Friday, again, just want to give a big shout out to Scott from Hexile Gaming for sending me all those packs there, and me being able to pull up that hyperspace foil crate dragon was the highlight. It was awesome.
Awesome. Also joining me tonight is Alex, the bench warmer. How are you tonight, sir?
Oh, I'm doing okay. Had a wedding to go to in Chattanooga, which was like 70 degrees, which was, this morning, and now it's like a blizzard outside in Michigan. Thankfully, our flight was only delayed by like an hour, and there was air traffic controllers, so that's cool. So we made it. Been pretty busy, but ready for next week when I could actually start doing stuff that's not pre-release.
Yeah, our locals, we did a draft this week because some of them didn't get enough cards and wanted to test out the drafting for, the new format, right, for the PQs. So we did a draft, and basically the format style of PQ, top 8. So very strict.
Nice.
Don't
look at your cards.
Yep, it had to remind people a couple times, hey, don't look at the cards, don't do this. You're taking forever, you get 30 seconds, And it was hilarious because the guy sitting next to me, Eric, he's kind of the primary one. He really wanted to do that style. So I was just like every time I would have to be like, dude, you take it too long. You take it too long. If we were in the top 8, you would be getting a penalty point right now. So I don't know how strict they actually are, to be perfectly honest with you. We'll find out.
Also at the start of the release, right, where you don't know every single card or can gauge properly.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we'll go much smoother during the PQ.
Yeah. And we have there is a sealed PQ by us in Chicago. Well, I guess it's not really by you because Chicago is not by you, but
that's like 4 hours. That's not bad.
Yeah. Like I always forget because you're so far east. Like for me, it's a little bit more than a day drive. I could go in the morning if I really wanted to get up early, but I'm not a morning person. So, but yeah, there's a PQ coming out. So some of the guys are talking about going out to that, and if we can, I don't know, test for it. So, but yeah, we had some practice with that. It was kind of fun. The last set we didn't, because people bought so much, nobody wanted to draft right away. But because people didn't want to draft right away, it was like a thing. And so like I didn't get to actually draft LOF, like do a true draft until like 2 months into the set. So. But with that being said, I want to talk a little bit before we go about a few changes to the podcast. A little bit, I'm gonna shout out the Patreon. I don't do this very often, but we're making some positive changes to the Patreon. So what I wanted to do is talk a little bit about the Patreon and some changes we're gonna make to the podcast. So nothing major. You don't have to worry about it. It's not like we're gonna start charging or anything for content. But we decided to add a little bit of extra content to kind of the Patreon if you want to become a Patreon member. A lot of it, the money. So like right now, all the money comes out of my pocket. So like I pay for the Podbean stream, I pay all the money for the editing, for the software, I pay for the equipment, a lot of it. And so what we're looking to do is just, if you would like to contribute, we're offering a few other things. So for example, you could just donate $2. Cool. It helps us out. No big deal. If you want to become a member, what we've done is, what we're going to start doing is we're going to start releasing pre-recorded play videos of different decks once a week. And that will be released directly here on the Patreon. That'll be starting next week. So you should start seeing those. I have one of them queued up. I recorded one already. And what we're going to start doing is each of us are just going to play for like an hour. We'll talk through the decks, different things like that. And you will be able to access those only on Patreon as well. We're also going to be doing like a kind of a deck list thing. If you have deck lists, we still mostly share our deck list. Like we're not really going to hide anything behind a paywall. But the difference is those deck lists, the links that you're going to get for those are going to be links that we update frequently as we are continuing to play test, or if there's like something you see us do in one of the weekly play games, you'll be able to do that. See it in there as well. If you want to donate for $10 a month, what we're going to change is you could become part of our live stream for those games, where you can ask us questions if you want. You can kind of talk to us a little bit about it, and you can kind of go from there. I've gone ahead and like edited these, so they should be active on here starting today. If you really want to be $15 a month, we'll figure out something for you. Maybe JJ will do a nipple dance, or I don't know. I think that's what we talked about before. Maybe he'll get shirtless and he'll play shirtless Woo.
Man, like a me versus shirtless JJ. Me shirtless versus JJ shirtless.
All right. Every time I draw one of my one-offs, I'll remove an article of clothing. There you go.
Except for you have to play the decks we build you that only have all one-offs in it.
Hey, JJ, we're playing Twin Suns. What are you doing?
I'll have to do a close reload in the middle of the deck. I'm like, hang on, I need more clothes to take off.
So no pressure if you don't have to join. It was one of those things where we're trying to provide a little extra content, plus be able to do some other things that would allow us to ensure that we provide better content and can continue on forward in the future. All right, so enough of that. I hate doing all that type of stuff. So let's talk some real stuff. Let's talk about plot cards. Plot cards are the new thing, the new hotness. Plot cards are the new thing. They're kind of the new hotness that are coming out. And what we want to do is we wanted to evaluate them. So what I did is I took all the plot cards and I've dumped them all into these docs. And then I kind of broke them up into some categories. So essentially the big thing that we wanted to do is kind of review some of the plot cards we have been given to us. I kind of want to rank them because we talked a little bit about like Smuggle before being like really good when we get Smuggle. Now we never got any more Smuggle cards, right? So I'm going to treat plot the same way. We're probably never going to get plot cards again. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll get them again, but I don't know the way that they've been going. I don't know if we'll ever get plot cards again. So the big thing's going to be is what we have now is something we're going to see for the next 4 sets. Alex, that's 4 more sets before they rotate.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So for about another year and a half, we'll get to see these cards, and I think that's like the big thing is evaluating them so you know whether you should be playing them in some of your decks or not. And then we're going to review kind of like leader lists to talk a little bit about some of the leaders or the style of leaders that may like some of these cards. All right. So to begin with, these are all the blue and green plot cards. I don't know, Alex, did we look up? You did an analysis on the plot card numbers before, didn't you?
I think I did.
I think you did.
Don't remember.
Yeah. Not that any of them we knew whether they were good or not back then.
Right.
But
I believe there's 30 plot cards.
Yep.
So.
And they seem to favor green. Green really liked.
Yeah, green has 7.
Yep.
8. First light is a green card. Yes. Green has 8 of them. So, I mean, okay. So like 2 of them are villainy, 1 of them's heroic, right? So you're not going to have exactly like an even distribution across 4. Not that you can do that with 30 cards anyways. But yeah, it seems to skew more towards like green and blue. Green having the most at 8, blue having 7, and then red having 6, yellow having 5, which is kind of strange to me. That like yellow has 5.
They actually have 6.
Oh,
too,
sorry, 6. Sorry, Tala is a
is a
yellow
yellow.
card. Sorry, so yes, red and yellow have 6 each, and I guess they decided to have a extra green card. I wonder if like Jar Jar used to be like heroic, and then they moved him just like straight green or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or something like pure heroic. I don't maybe not. I don't know. I just like green kind of stole one that you'd expect from like heroic stuff because heroic has whatever. So it's kind of wonky distribution.
Yeah. And I'm actually a little surprised that we have more villain and hero centric cards than I thought we would. I thought a lot of it would be kind of more of the neutral because it's easier to deck build with them
Sure.
during sealed events. And I think that, like, for example, blue gets 1 in a million.
Yeah,
I
I don't
took
even
that
count that as a
card.
block card.
And I threw that card away when I got I guess I didn't technically throw it away because I needed it for my collection, but I did take it and put it in the unplayable cards every time I got that in a pre-release. And ironically enough, I got 2 in pre-releases out of the 3 I own. 2 of them came from pre-releases.
Yeah, I've got 2 in pre-releases. I own like 7, I think, 1 in a millions now. It's real cool. I hate it. I have a hyper foil. I think I have 2 hyperspace, 2 foil.
You
It's
should
great.
send them to JJ. JJ would love your 1 in a million cards.
JJ, I will let you play like 20 of these in your deck if you really want. I don't care about the rules.
Or treat them like vulture droids. Yes.
Sure. Yeah. Treat it like Ultroids, please. Just don't play Trench.
Why? You Trench Vulture droid
He
is
might
fun.
accidentally trigger it. If you have it in Trench, you get more chances of actually trying to set it up.
So anyway, so that's kind of the numbers. It feels that like the neutral cards are just really good. And then the villain cards feel a little bit better. And then the hero cards are decent. There's a couple of them that are like okay, good. And then like Galen, for example, is pretty good, I would say.
Yeah.
Out of the heroic ones. But like outside of that, like outside of pre-release stuff sealed, I don't like some of those heroic ones. I don't know if I would play.
Yeah, it kind of seems like they got the short end of the stick, and I'm not sure if it's because like Bale exists in heroic and they wanted to like not make that really insane. But yeah, I mean like Vigil's kind of cool. Galen's really good. 1 in a million is a card they printed for this game. And like the ambush guy's fine, but like Cable's okay, but I don't think like the Strike Force X-Wing is particularly incredible, right? Or, like Tala's okay. The Sentinel one's fine. But when you go to villains, you get like Cad Bane and Chancellor Palpatine. Like Sly Moore is like underrated too. Like it's just, and the Snub Fighter. Like there's a lot of really good like villainy specific plot cards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about the first category. These are the ones I consider playable in most decks. And I guess I'm going to caveat this and say, okay, you don't play Chancellor. You don't have to play Chancellor Palpatine in blue. Like if you're playing blue-red, you don't need to play Chancellor Palpatine in. Like that's not what I'm saying is include this offsuit. Don't do that. You can include Palpatine offsuit if you really want to. I will
like
tell you that
Mothma.
yeah, he's great in my Mothma because he could come out on 5 when she flips and just stall the board. You get a poop ton of units, and then sometimes people don't even want to attack into you. But
I mean, they should, but
sometimes they don't. I was in a pre-release where I played him in Sabay off aspect, and there was that, right? Like that was how that went.
I like green Chancellor Palpatine the turn after I played double yellow Chancellor Palpatine in my Mon Mothma deck and just make those spies ready sentinels.
Yeah, that's good.
So anyway, so when I say playable in most decks, what I'm saying is it's playable in more than one deck. It's not like allocated just to one specific leader or anything like that. So the first card, obviously, Chancellor Palpatine. When he comes out, he creates Sentinels. If you have a leader unit, if you were to play Trench, you would love this card because you just always make Sentinels until you don't kill your Trench, and then you cry a little bit because you want your Trench.
But I want Trench to die, and also playing Chancellor Palpatine's like paying 6 functionally, right, with the 3 resource cost of Trench, which I guess is like technically his flip turn.
Yeah, that's technically his flip turn, and that could be what you do if that's what you want. Anyway, but I think Palpatine's really good because he comes out, he puts down Sentinels for you. As Alex said, yes, you can actually play other Palpatine with him.
It's really funny.
And so my Mothma's a unique case because she discounts yellow Palpatine, but not this Palpatine, right? Which is, thank God they at least did that, because I think she would be broken otherwise.
Oh yeah.
I was actually going through some of the other officials, and I was like,
They're
oh man, if
bonkers.
these villain could have these in Hero, like, oh my gosh.
Right.
Yeah, I actually like this in the JTL Vader deck as well, especially if you're running the clone escorts that gets those +1s for every unit that you have on there. It's just nice having a little bit of a board presence when you deploy Vader, either on the ground, where if you're expecting that bamboozle part, you have those sentinel pieces there to protect Vader, or just a ground presence when he deploys as a pilot onto there. So I like that a lot.
I guess I didn't think about that. If you were going to flip him on the ground, right? That would make sense because you could make Sentinels and
protect them more. Or like if they're really ground aggro, like if you flip Vader, you can at least have 2 little tiny blockers to like slow down stuff. Slight tangent. Chancellor Palpatine. Well, Mon Mothma, I guess. Yeah, double yellow Chancellor Palpatine in Mon Mothma is really funny with the Clone Wars card. Because you're just like, I have access to Clone Wars as a double yellowish deck, right? So it's just like all my clones that I just spent like 7 resources creating come in ready, and I don't care about their droids because they're exhausted, and mine aren't. It's just really funny. JJ, I got a deck for you.
I gotta try that out now, man. Yeah, definitely.
I will send it. It's not great. I'm still working on it, but it is a funny deck.
So, all right. The other card is Cad Bane. I think Cad Bane's just good as a plot card. I think he's a good unit when he gets played, period. I think you could play him without having plot, period. Like you can do that if you would like the -2 to defeat something. I mean, if you think about it, we play the
it's like the devastating gunship, right?
Yeah, it's the same thing. We're playing similar things to it. Like, this is just a kind of a ground one. But like in Kira, this guy's like, oh my gosh, like just super good in Kira. Especially because the best is if you can't hit one of their ties because it's only got 1 health, it just kills that when she comes out. So anyway, but I think Cad Bane universally is a pretty decent unit. He's also Underworld, right? And like he is something that you could play in. Again, I probably wouldn't play him in Hero, but you could play him in Blue Villainy in a lot of Blue Villainy decks, and he has a spot. I think he has a spot in Palpatine. I do not have him in Jabba, and I guess I should go back. We're going to talk about Jabba later tonight, but maybe he has a spot in Jabba. I don't know. Like, there's other plot cards I play or other things I usually play with Jabba, but
I'd rather have the devastating gunship, honestly, in Jabba. Yeah, because you don't have too much space presence. Yeah, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. Which is funny because Alex and I agree on the space presence in my list. Usually we don't agree. Usually Alex yells at me and tells me I need more space presence. So
I respect space. I'm sorry.
And so my
decks aren't fast enough to outpace things in space.
Well, so that my Jabba deck has a lot of space presence comparatively, with most of my villain control deck. Armor of Misfortune, I think when we saw this card, we were like, whatever. But I've actually been playing this like in Ray, for example, and Satine. And so when
it's
you flip,
funny in Kira,
it's
when you can give her +3 health and then trigger Kira's ability.
Yep, because then she's a huge menace to deal with. So this is just like if you're playing blue and you want to be able to give your leaders a little bit more health, like this card's great. Like this card, just here you go. Like Merry Christmas. Like you could. This is very viable in a lot of decks, and I think we slept on this when we originally revealed that card. I think we're kind of like, yeah, it's okay. You know, we'll see how plot goes. And now I'm saying is I don't actually care how plot goes. This is actually a pretty good card to be able to resource and then play whatever the hell you want to play it. And you don't even have to play it on your leader. You can play this on something that's going to die, like a Sentinel.
Yeah.
Or your Devastating Gunship that has grit.
Or your Devastating Gunship that has grit. You could do that too.
Yeah, the first thing I thought when I first saw this card, I thought of Chirrut Leader from set 1. Just giving him even more health that you have to go through in order to like take him out.
And you can't take him down. Yeah,
exactly.
You can't take him down with Chirrut, so that's actually really cool.
Yeah, exactly. And then of course Gar Saxon Leader always wants that equipment, although Unveiled Might probably a better fit for him. But yeah,
he can do both. He flips on 6. Why not?
Yeah.
You can even run it. No, yeah. Don't do it off aspect, but it's fun.
Don't do it off aspect.
Those super commandos, though, the blue ones that get the
4/4 Sentinel, but if they're upgraded,
exactly.
If they're upgraded,
super
4/4 shielded. If they're upgraded, they get Sentinel.
Yeah, it's super good with this. So good.
It said that card actually rotates this upcoming set. The next one is the Sudden Ferocity. Again, I think like if you're playing any sort of like an aggro deck, this works very well. So like it's similar to the Armor of Fortune, except for it does the attack. If you are playing blue-red, you could play both of them if you would really like to onto your leader. I did that on Dedra the other day, and they asked me what was I doing? Why would I waste my time and not just play Cinta? And I said, because I saved one resource, or I saved a resource that came out only one turn later instead of 2.
Yeah, now you swing for like 7, like a 7/7, right? So,
yep. And now, 8. Now kill her. How about that? Now go ahead and kill her. I don't know. It worked really well until the Rivals faulted the next turn. But I mean, it worked well for the one turn. I got it off. So, and then Sneaky Suspicion is, I think again, it's a playable card. Like I'm not going to tell you like this is like the best card in the world. But this is like a stat shot reflexes, except for you don't get the ambush piece of it, right? You don't get to activate your unit at that time. But I think like it does have its place, and it can be played in a lot of different decks if you need that kind of boost. Like I found it's been a good supplement, like in Cad Bane, for example, is you can flip your Cad Bane, you could play this, it adds that extra health to your Cad Bane right away. And then they have the ability to use the Hot Shot Blaster from Row and still be able to afford it when they attack for their turn. The next one is Cinta Kaz, and I feel like, do we really need this conversation? Like, she comes out and you can attack with your unit. We know this is good with Rebel, with the that Rebel guy or whatever from set 1 that you play in Sabine or Leia, right? She just works on any unit and then leaves a 5/5 body on the board. So,
but
just to go ahead.
I was going to say, it's a little bit understated for 6, but also you're plotting her out and immediately attacking, so that's what makes it good, not the stats.
Yes. Yeah,
I was going to say, just to make sure I get the timing for this correctly, right? So you deploy a leader, then you pay, assuming you have the resources, pay for Cinta, and then you can attack with the leader as well if you wanted to.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's really disgusting for pilots.
Yeah, exactly. And the main reason I was thinking of that too is that like leaders that give benefits whenever they attack, namely like Grand Moff Tarkin from set 1, giving out that experience immediately as soon as you deploy Tarkin, is really good. And that's like a huge benefit for this particular list. So I like that.
Yep. Or like Luke immediately being able to give a shield to something. There's a whole list of things.
Yep.
But also specifically for pilots, like you lose the ability for when they flip onto a ship to be able to remove them. Now they just get to swing in regardless, and it's really nasty with Asajj.
Yeah. So like you could take Asajj. So JJ, you put Asajj on a scimitar, right? You could ping your scimitar.
But you ping it on attack too. You just, oh my god, sorry. You just have a scimitar out. And then next turn you put Asajj onto it, you flip Synth out, and then you swing him to base for like 11.
Yeah.
Immediately. It's
Yeah.
literal double digits.
Yeah, Asajj Tarkin Town is like high on my list of things I'm playing.
I was playing it last at JJ, and it's a very fun deck.
Nice.
But now it's
that seems really fun.
fast. Now they can't stop you from swinging for double digits, and if Asajj swings twice, you just lose the game.
Yep, and you could play the new Punishing One, which we kind of thought was dumb. But hey, oh, by the way, this Punishing One can come out. You can put her on it. You can do very similar type things. You don't swing for 11 every time, but
you can also do double digits with the Banshee.
Yep, and the Banshee, because the Banshee just continues to do damage to yourself, and
because you could double the damage upon yourself after you ping yourself, so you do even more. It's wild.
Yeah. Yep. All right, the next card is Wrong Ride. Again, that's something that can play in a lot of decks. I will tell you, you don't play that in certain types of decks, but you know, like I tried it in Trench and I didn't like it because I didn't care as much about them spending their resources. But at the same time, it's like if you look at the Eye of Aldani, right? The Eye of Aldani forces them to spend resources to ready their units. This just taps 2 of their resources. But in aggro type decks, this is a very good card that people can play, and it is
like
very
tempo
universal
as well.
Yeah,
like tempo decks where you're just like, my leader deploy is actually safe now. Like a lot of it's for like 6 resource leaders because you can like I flip, they can't rivals me no matter what, right? So like you get a safe deploy. I think the later on the game goes, the better that gets for your leader deploys. That's what it seems like to me so far.
Yeah.
And
unless you have like a 4/5 leader, which that would also be really good.
Yeah, anything to just stop them from killing your leader. This works very well. Jar Jar
can't take down Sabine.
You can't take down Sabine
the
anymore.
resources.
Yeah. Yep. Then you just hope you have a force choke in hand.
I always do.
Then the next one is Jar Jar. Jar Jar is also extremely playable in my opinion. And because he's neutral green, he can be played in every green deck. Again, I don't know if I play him out of aspect for 4. But he is very good being able to give +2/+2 to something. He messes with the math, and that's what is so good about him. And so I genuinely like him quite a bit. For leader flips, if you have that, especially if like it's before Rivals Fall. If it's at Rivals Fall, he's probably not worth it. You don't play him at 6. But you do have him to be able to give your leaders +2/+2, and he only costs 2 resources. So, and if you didn't know, and you're playing green, draft him. Do not draft him, Sam.
I mean, imagine doing Cinta and Jar Jar, right, on a red green deck. I mean, you got to wait for 8 resources, but still.
Yeah, who are you flipping? Avar Chris?
Avar Chris, exactly. That's exactly what I thought. Yeah.
But also you can do like plot Jar Jar, plot second Jar Jar, and give something +4/+4, which is really nasty because you don't really care. Like if Jar Jar sticks around, he's a 2/1. Like who cares? So yeah, like if you double plot Jar Jar, things get wild too.
He grants emergency powers. Just saying. It's good.
It's so the playtesting works. It's so thematic. And the last one, I'm actually. Oh,
yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I'm also a fan of the last one. More so because it just really messes with things. Unveiled Might, the +2/+3 for 4 in green is just annoying enough. That extra 3 health with the 2 attack is just very frustrating. I've seen in like Jabba decks where it's like, oh, now Jabba's like a 11.
Yep.
And that's just really annoying to get through because when Jabba's out, his ability's stupid strong. So the more you keep him around and actually kind of have him a threat with attacking for 4. I just like things that mess with the math. Even like a Sabine flip, honestly, it might be interesting just to make her like a 4/8 on the turn she lives, which is very frustrating.
Yeah, it helps a lot with, like for Sabine, it helps keep her out of takedown range. And it's kind of the same thing if like I was watching, I ran a tournament on Star Wars Dad this weekend on his channel, and there's somebody that was playing Third Sister, and it's like, oh, you don't need to play the Fallen Lightsaber. You could just play Unveiled Might out of your plot roll when you flip, and she immediately just can't be killed anymore. And you don't have to worry about just swinging in right away, right? So you don't have to worry about the sense attack. You just play Unveiled Might, and she's gonna live at least one turn. But she lives. So I agree with you. Like we were all worried about Darksaber, right? Darksaber. The Darksaber is a card you have to hold in your hand. You don't have to hold Unveiled Might. You just stick it in your row and use it when you want. So almost when you want. All right. The next set of cards are ones I think are a little bit more leader specific. Topple the Sun is it's a Boba card, I guess is just like the nicest way to say it is that
It's Kira too, if you do Kira Red.
If you do Kira Red, it's Boba or Kira, but it's like kind of anything that's going to come out and do damage on their deploy. I think if you really want to run this in Mace, if you're running Mace, this does technically work in Mace as well. Just not as good as it does.
Yeah, I just feel like you wouldn't plot it out in Mace. You just play it as like a mini bombing run.
You could. Yeah.
That's what it seems like more so to me. I mean, I guess you could plot it out when you deploy Mace. I guess that works too.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought this would be good on Kinlan as well.
Who?
Kinlan Voss.
Quinlan Voss.
It's Kin. No, I'm kidding. Yes, Quinlan Voss. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and I mean, yes and no, right? But he doesn't come out and do damage, right? So so for example, JJ Boba flips, he could do 4 damage wherever he wants. So you put 4 damage on 4 units that have 4 health, right? 1 damage each, and then you play this and it wipes their board. It's like an OB without being OB. And so like Quinlan flips and you don't quite get that same mechanic as you would with like Boba, or like Kira does half damage to everything. So this can just come out and Kira can just wipe a board without OB.
Yeah.
But it does like work better for ping leaders. Like I was always trying to get out than like other ones, right? Because they're usually pretty damaged. Or any indirect damage deck too is actually pretty nasty. Typically that's Boba, but if you're running a little bit different, indirect damage is not bad.
Yeah. The next one is the Naboo Royal Starfighter. I actually think this is a good card, but I think it's very niche. I like this, for example, in Bail. I think Bail can actually use this really well. Padme, if you're running Padme Green, you can play this. Again, I'm not going to advocate you play Padme Green right now, but
I don't think Padme Green's too bad.
It's okay. I like Bail. I think I just like Bail better if I'm going to run the hero suite, but I don't know. But those are the 2 decks. I don't know what other deck you use this in.
Yeah, it's very specifically like give your leader unit raid 2 and overwhelm. So like you either want the multi-deploy with Bail or like something marginally impactful that turn, which gets a little bit iffy. Although it'd be kind of annoying in Sabine 2 now I think about it. The overwhelm not so much, but the raid 2 is pretty annoying. But I'd rather run Unveiled Might over this.
Yes, yeah. Because then Unveiled Might, you have to kill the leader, and this makes it hard. The next one is Trade Route Taxation. Again, originally I was very, very, very high on this card. I thought this card was amazing, but I find that you only really want to run this in go wide type decks because we're seeing now, like with the ability to create spies, you're having a harder time. So if you are a go wide deck in some sorts and you're creating spies and you're doing all these other things, this card's for you. I like this in Vader. I won't lie and say I have this in my Vader deck. Whether people think it's good or not, I don't care. I really think it is good in Vader. Because you could play this and the Palpatine unit, like JJ was saying earlier, and that's 5 resources. And now I've got I flip Palpatine. I choose my order of operation. What I'm going to solve, I'm going to play my Palpatine to create the extra spies, create my extra 2 tokens with Vader. Now I probably have more units than you do. There's a high probability I do.
I have a deck that specifically does that we're going to talk about a little bit later.
There you go. And so that's what this card is for. So it's very specific to leaders that are designed to go wide. And like Vader, for example, is like that. Alex is referencing Tarkin. Tarkin can also go very wide, as we've seen
When you
in the
deploy
past.
Palpatine, you just get 3 extra units, right?
Mhm.
So
So yeah, so I think that's very good. And then I'm gonna let JJ say the name of the yellow card because I don't know how to say it. So
Garandon, who made his first appearance in episode 4. If you didn't know, he was the one who let Jabba know that Han Solo's heading to the deck there.
yes, I know who he is. I just don't know how to say his name.
He makes the squeaky noise.
So yeah, so he's good if you have the ability to look at cards in people's hands. If you don't have that ability or you don't know what they're playing, you probably don't want to use him. So if you're
you can
playing
double plot them
Bazine,
out.
that's true. You could
I've
double
done.
plot
I did
him
that
out.
in pre-release. I double plotted
What?
him out.
That's
I
nuts.
had 2. He's uncommon.
Was it in your Slimore deck?
I think it was in Jabba Yellow.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's just like, I don't know, guess some random card. Oh, they don't have it. Let me look at your hand. Let me play the other guy and then dump that card because that's really annoying.
But he's specific to that type of stuff. Or if you're running Bazines,
Yeah.
Bazine's a really good one. Like, you know what they have. And I would say if you're running Thrawn from set 1, he's really good too, because Thrawn from set 1 already knows to some extent what you have in your hand. So
Yeah, and there's a lot more hand peeking too. And also Villainy has Viper Pro Droid, which was also reprinted. So like you will always have a way of looking at your opponent's hand if you're playing Villainy.
I have a double yellow Thrawn deck for you too, AJ, I think. If you have Cunnings, I do have that. The last one that I think is pretty decent is Galen Urso. I think anytime you could just name a card and they, while this unit is in play, that opponent can't play it. I always think that's pretty good.
No, it just loses all abilities.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so they can still play it, but it doesn't do what they want to do.
Right, but like also if you don't play them in plot, like you just like, oh man, they have 3 phase 3 Dart Troopers out. That's really annoying. You just slap Galen down and tell them all they don't have Sentinel anymore.
Yeah.
He's just very good at outing very specific cards. Or JJ's Hyperfoil Crate Dragon. Just tell it no, it doesn't have abilities. It's fine.
Yep.
Yeah, but they got to call specifically Hyperfoil Crate Dragon. Otherwise, I'm not dropping it.
Well, you know what the funny thing would be too is, and the nice thing is when you play Galen, he's got 5 health, so you could get rid of the Crate Dragon's abilities, right?
And still live.
And still live, so it doesn't matter.
And then the Crate Dragon overwhelms you for 9 because it just plows through Galen.
Well, yeah, that's if it's ready. Usually they play it before when you all have full resources, so then you have the ability to play that and fell the dragon in one turn.
True.
Though I don't know why you wouldn't just fell the dragon to begin with. But anyway,
you want the extra 4 damage. You want the 4-1 or the 3-1 on the board.
But I think Galen is good. Again, it's a little more hand peeky. It's going to be for people that, if you know what your opponent's going to be playing, I think it's definitely like a very good card. The next set of them is kind of ones I think may be playable. I'm going to say maybe because I have not gotten them to work very well.
Ooh, one thing. Sorry.
Yeah,
back
go
to
ahead.
Galen. Because it is just name a card, it doesn't do things like the subtitles. So if you play Galen and you just call like Darth Vader, because it doesn't have to be anything on the board, right? So like green Darth Vader doesn't get to ambush now and get his ability to search for 10 cards. And like blue Vader doesn't get the ability to drop the shields and also like kill things with shields. So like it's that multiple ability thing, right? Or if you call like the Millennium Falcon, you got 3 of them, or C-3PO or whatever. So like you can actually preemptively do stuff like that. Or if you think that think they got Maul or know they have Maul, you just call Maul. Now it can ambush into you. Like you can use it preemptively. It's pretty cool. Sorry.
No, you're
That's
good.
cool.
The next ones I put in kind of a maybe category. I think most of them are probably into the unplayable category, but
I will argue with you on one of these cards.
But I will be nice and say that some of these cards are playable. Yeah, I know. So you're going to say Slymore. We already know that. So again, these are probably playable, but I haven't figured out a way to break them. Like I'll pick on fully armed and operational is probably decent in Pelp, but that's like it. Nothing else would I probably ever play that card in. Maybe Thrawn. Maybe I would play that in Thrawn. I don't know. Like
Well,
so go ahead.
So I mean, if I'm going to pick out a card from here, I'd say FN Trooper Corpse is probably pretty playable because it's giving out an experience token to a friendly unit. Obviously, I'm going to pick on Gar Saxon again. You know, you're giving an experience token, which is going to also increase their attack power on there. But besides that, I mean, you know, you have Supreme Leader Snoke as well, right? You know, if you can deploy him and then do that, and then when Snoke does damage, you can kind of manipulate where you're placing that Snoke experience as well by manipulating who has the most power at that point. So that does kind of work with it. And then on top of that, also the First Order unit is going to also go well with Captain Phasma. Phasma needs help in order to become a relevant leader, and I think this card is definitely something to definitely put in there. So I think that's a little more relevant.
No, Tanner, I would argue that Lurking Stub Fighter is actually pretty good. The 2/3 for 3 when played exhaust a unit. That gets really nasty, especially if you can play 2 of them at once. But it's just deploy leader, exhaust something that you don't want to attack that turn, or worse comes to worse, it's a 2/3 exhaust. It's kind of like your Death Guard Skirmisher without the 1 extra attack, but also without the drawback.
Yeah, it works on JTL Vader.
Yeah, I actually like the Lurking Stub a lot. I think it's a very good card.
I don't know. I do not have that in my Vader deck. There you go. Precursor.
No, maybe you should. When you deploy Vader, you pay 3 and you exhaust something.
Maybe.
It's like your Death Star Skirmisher, but like you can play it when you deploy Vader instead of the turn after.
Yes, and you know what card I don't have in my Vader deck anymore?
That's true. I mean, like, I'm just using it as an example.
I don't know.
But it's also really good in Slymore because you can exhaust something, and then when she attacks, you do 2 damage to it.
Yeah, so that makes sense. Like that's like that little niche interaction with her. I could probably grant that type of a thing. That's probably what it's built for, right? You know, is like some sort of her deck. Actually, we should probably. I have a Slymore deck I've been playing around with. Maybe we should try to make her breaker. That might be fun.
I do have a Slymore showcase. I guess I can get behind this.
How'd you get a Slymore showcase?
I opened it in like day 1.
Oh, you didn't tell me that. I never got knew that.
Sorry, I don't gloat. I don't
yeah, well, I would offer to trade you my C3PO for it.
No, I pulled 2 C3POs. Get them away from me.
Wow.
I traded 1 for Bale, so that helps. Yeah, that was frustrating. I got C3PO and Slymore, and I was like, great. Yellow. I wanted blue.
That's awesome.
But yeah. Also, speaking of Slymore, though, the blue Slymore is not too bad. It's actually really good and limited. Obviously, this is for constructed, but like it's sometimes not bad. Especially against like a go wide deck or like a Vader tie swarm deck, right? Where you're just like, well, they're not really doing much.
Yeah, the only issue I have with her is like you pay the 4 resources, and like if you're on 6 resources, that means you have 2 resources. You're using her to stop their board, and then they just claim, and then she's ineffective.
Yeah,
I agree with you. In limited, she's really good.
The 6 health is actually a little bit annoying on her too.
Well, I wish she had grit. That's what I wish she actually just had was
you
grit.
Can give her grit.
I know, but I want her to natively come with grit because then she would be very, very good. Like I would actually play that card.
But it's actually like it's kind of weird because she seems like same thing with like Lurking Stub, where it's like, well, I kind of just rather play her from my hand instead of plot her out. Like I'm not specifically looking to plot her, but I don't think she's like a terrible tempo play for 4 resources just to kind of give your whole board -2 when they're attacking the base. She's more versatile. Like I don't want to plot her out, but I want to save her for specific situations.
Yes. The next one is Cadel Connix. Like again, like if you're like, she's a great sideboard card. There you go. Like that's like if you're playing hero and then you want a sideboard card, defeat all non-unique upgrades on a unit. Great. The problem is it's on one unit.
Where's Sam, who just emergency powered everything, and I'm just like, never mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Emergency powered my ex. Whoa, so that's a shame. He's a 2/2.
And so, like, I think she's good as a sideboard card, but I think that's probably it. Like, I don't know if I'd play her main deck. She doesn't have very much health. Like, do I really care that I'm killing a shield? Or, I mean, she's annoying. Like, I was playing against somebody who was playing a Luthen with my Ray deck, and it was kind of annoying to have to deal. Like, she kept killing the shields on my Village Protectors. So I was not super excited about that. I play Village Protector. They play that. They kill my Village Protector.
I was going to say, then you play Security Complex to give it back the shield, and then you're all fine.
I'm not playing that, Ray.
So. I know. Everyone is wrong.
Okay. I'll tell you what. You win a PQ with that, and then I think we'll talk. So I don't know. Like, I think she's, like, again, okay. Like, but she's probably a better plot sideboard card. But I don't. And again, I'd almost just rather play her out of hand really genuinely than as a plot. Like, she's just, the plot is like whatever, I guess.
The plot is just kind of convenient if you happen to get her early. But I agree. It's just like, I'd rather play it like, well, for some reason they just like attach 2 General's Blade to Kit Fisto. That's very frustrating, and they're just gone now.
Yeah. I mean, and it's like, okay, you know what is really good against? It's good against Entrenched, right? There you go. That's a great card if you're an aggro deck and you don't want to deal with it. But
it also kills generic pilots, which is kind of funny.
Does it? I did not know that.
Well, yeah, as long as they're non-unique.
True.
Well, I was gonna say when the new or the set 5 Kylo deploys, if he has all generic upgrades, guess what? They're all gone.
He just swung at your base for 13 first. But they're gone now.
They're gone now. Yep.
And then I'm probably not plotting that out, right? Because I would have like a 7 of playing like Mace Windu.
Yeah. The other one is Vigil. I think Vigil has like possibilities, but it's just so expensive for what it does.
Yeah, who's plotting? Like, what 7 cost heroic leader are you using? Just like, my turn is gonna plot out this Vigil.
I don't know. Like,
so that's important for my leader flips. It just seems like plot is just kind of incidental. Like, as you were saying, it's just like it's not bad for 7.
Yeah.
Like, if they don't have a lot of space, it gets out of control. But
yeah, if it didn't have the heroic aspect, I would almost say this would be nice in a my gosh, what's the capital ship leader?
Piet.
Yeah. But I mean, playing this out of aspects in Piet, it's not really like relevant right now. So, but yeah, it maybe down the line there might be something that could make this good, but right now I don't really see this being something that I would wait till turn 7 under play.
Yeah, I will tell you what, if this was neutral, I could play this in Trench and feel okay about it because I get to 13 resources, baby, or 10 resources. So
if this was neutral, you play blue Piet and flip them and then play it for 5.
Yep.
Which is wild.
Yeah, I don't know. So it's okay. I think Mods to Meta is kind of the same thing. Like, when played, you give experience tokens to 2 other officials in Sealed. This was great. Like, this was a great card to have in Sealed, but like, you're not playing this in Mon Mothma. And what other decks are you playing a lot of tons and tons of officials in that you want this, you know?
The only one I could think of is like Tarkin. But like, also that's 4 of your 5 resources for when you deploy Tarkin. And, you know, you can hit it himself, which is nice. I tried messing around with him a little bit in Tarkin, but I found other things for other colors that I like more. But yeah, he's fine. It's just, again, it seems weird to like plot him out. I'd just rather like just drop him when I actually have 2 officials instead of like trying to set up a board where when I can deploy my leader. It's probably actually not too bad in Yularn.
I mean, For me, the only thing I could really see this working out is also set one Palpatine if you're running him with like Yularn crew, for instance, or the Yularn official on there, because Pop deploys, he is an official on there, and now you're putting out experience tokens on there to buff them if you want to. It'll be really great if you also had the guards on there as well, just to kind of help protect them a little bit. But that's just way too much setup there for this to be reliably, something that can be played over and over. So.
Yeah.
Then you have Talia.
Tala.
Holler girl. Each other friendly unit gains hidden.
Hey, better protect her.
What I learned is that she's not that good.
We talked about this when she was revealed. The exact same conversation.
I don't remember that, and nobody reminded me, and so I had to go look it up. And yeah, she's just not. I don't know.
Yeah, the hidden only matters if you played it or created it or deployed it that turn.
Yeah. So I was just like, I was trying to get her to work in Han 4 is what I wanted. That's what I wanted, was Han 4 to have just everything have hidden for one turn so you can't kill anything and I can just swing into everything.
I mean, you could play like Yellow Dooku after, so everything regains the hidden if you really want to try to go for it.
Nope, not at all.
Yeah.
And then the last one is when has become now.
It's not necessarily a plot card. It's just you can play a plot card.
Yes.
From your resources for one extra. Maybe that's good. These plot cards aren't super worth it.
Yeah, it's only, do you want to get a card back that you weren't able to get back before? How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, or like some crazy thing happened and you had to deploy your leader at like not the resources that you wanted to deploy him at. Like, might be good. Never mind.
It's not. I'll just tell you it's not. There's nothing, you're not going to find a way to make that card good, I don't think.
No, I mean, I was thinking Chancellor Palpatine for a second, but also you still need to have your leader out, so.
Yep. Then these are cards that I say, why even bother to play this plot? So Hondo, I guess I'll say, is kind of an exception, right? Like, Hondo's fine for...
It just doesn't seem like something you want to play with plot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, like, really, like, the probability that each other friendly unit's going to get rated 1 and you're going to keep Hondo on the board and you have a ton of other units, like, you should be winning by that turn. But
JJ wants to play with Marshawn Rowe.
Well, go ahead and
all my units get raid 2.
Well, and here's the best part, JJ. How are you going to keep all your units around and not win the game by the time you hit 6 resources at that
point? Yeah.
Or lose. You've either lost or won by 6 resources, or don't have a board. So
that is IG-88 deck.
I know, that's there you go. Just droid manufacturing a bunch of droids and then deploy Hondo, and there you
go. The Strike Force X-Wing, I actually just think that card is just garbage. Like, I hate that card so much. I played that in Sealed and hated myself for playing it in Sealed. Like, I just did not.
If it was 3 cost, it would be totally fine.
Yeah, not at 4 though.
4 for 3/2 that does 2 damage to a readied units. I mean, like, if you flip your leader at the beginning of the turn, sure, you have options. I just don't like the stat line and the overall damage for it.
Yeah, no.
1 in a million, whatever. We're not going to talk about. We're going to move on. And then I kind of think the other 3 are really just designed for limited. Like Dresden Commandos. I don't see a point in ever playing that as a plot. Like, I want a plot to pull something out to ambush something at the same time. Like, I guess
clear a Sentinel that way. I used it in limited and it was
fine.
Okay, but yeah, that's what it's probably designed for.
Dematic Shock Squad, same thing. Great in limited. That's a great card in limited. I just don't see a point in. I don't see a point in playing that as a plot card for a Sentinel. And by the time I hit 6 resources, I don't want a 4/6 Sentinel.
Yeah,
it does nothing else.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
It does nothing else. So, and escort, the remote escort tank. That's the same thing. Like, I don't want to be able to give something else Sentinel when I deploy. Like I guess I get it. It's fine, but I could just play a regular Sentinel and not have to play this card. I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of wish the escort tank was neutral, just so I can put that in a like a new gun raid deck or like a green
Okay,
deck,
just stop,
something that gives you a
just
token.
stop.
No, hear me out. The only reason I'm doing that is because I'm choosing a cheap token unit just to give it Sentinel, just to like help block something off, right? If I'm deploying a leader on there, and those particular like leaders really excel at help delaying that effect, right? Assuming that your opponent doesn't have like overwhelm and stuff.
Here, let
That's
me
the
tell you.
only way I could
Hold
really
on.
do that. But
Let me
I'm going
sell
to pay
you.
twice as much for
Yeah.
half the ability of Palpatine.
Yep, you can just play
Exactly.
3 costs for Palpatine and get 2 spies that have Sentinel.
Exactly.
You can just pay 5 for him for heroic. It's better than this.
Yeah.
So the last piece of this is kind of what leaders. I spelt that completely wrong and didn't notice it until now. Thanks, guys, for telling me. Leaders who like these plots. I'm just gonna leave this in there now.
Plots.
Yep, they're link plots. I'm leaving it in here. If you watch our YouTube channel, then post the comments and tell us how stupid it is. So pilot leaders like the
That's what that
Synthicaz.
is. I get it.
It's a pilot leader.
Sure.
When I used the program and typed in pilot, that's what came up. That was the first
an
image. So I
airplane.
was like, all right, I'm doing it because you guys are gonna hate all of these images so much.
I do.
I know you do. I know all of you. I know you can't stand any of this. So I use them all the time just for you, Alex. But that's a pilot leaders. Those are those are the cards I think fit well with pilot leaders, right? Is the Synthicaz, right? Sudden Ferocity, the Suspicion Lady chick.
Sneaking Suspicion and Jar Jar.
Yep. Aggression leaders or aggro leaders is the next one. So there you go. Did you get that one, Alex?
Yeah, I kind of figured the angry red men is aggro.
You have Wrong Ride, right? Because it stops the resources. Trade Federation is for go wide. Aggro leaders. Jar Jar buffs your leader so it doesn't just die immediately. And the best part about Jar Jar is even if they kill Jar Jar, you still get the effect of the turn. So, it's not like some of these other plot cards that go away. Synthicaz, right, and Sudden Ferocity. I think those are all easy ones. The next one is ground leaders. Did you get that one? Ground leaders.
Just a patch of grass.
It's a ground. It's the ground. What other image would you use for the ground?
I wouldn't use any.
Okay. A dirt road. They had that. I like this one. This one looked more colorful.
At least it's green.
It is. More ground leaders. They like the Armor of Fortune, Unveiled Might. Again, you could play those on pilot leaders too, but typically they're better on ground leaders because your big thing with the pilot leaders is being able to ambush in so that you don't have to, I guess ambush is the wrong word, that's a Destiny word, but is to swing in and attack immediately. Whereas your ground leaders, you don't have to have that as much. The removal's a little bit different for a ground leader. Chancellor Palpatine, obviously, that's an easy one. Jar Jar, same thing, and Sudden Ferocity. I think I have Jar Jar in every category.
Yeah.
All right, the next one is. Do you know what the next one is, Alex?
That's easy.
Coordinate leaders.
JJ, what is your guess?
Control.
No, damage dealing leaders. Because there's a damaged laptop and there's Sue hands shaking, and it's a deal. They're making a deal.
This is like the funniest game of charades that we're having on stream.
So those are damage dealing leaders. And because it's a damaged laptop with the handshakes to give you the deal. I could have put Art of the Deal in. Would you have gotten that then?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, there is that. That one is really like the Cad Bane's, Top of the Summits, and Jar Jars. All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about plot before we wrap it up and how amazing my graphics are?
Fun.
Oh, I think plot is definitely a really great great mechanic. I think though when you're adding in these plot cards, unless you're playing like Bail or Ghana, for instance, or a leader that can like activate multiple times. Definitely, it's not something that you're going to flood your deck with necessarily. But when used in conjunction with other stuff like smuggle and stuff, you're basically always having a card that you can always play there, and it's pretty good at resisting stuff from like discard effects and stuff, things that manipulate your hand, which we do have quite a lot in this particular set. So it is nice to always have these particular type of cards in addition to like smuggle, because it just means you always have something to play. So definitely a really good mechanic, and if you can master using these cards with your deck, you'll get a lot of great advantages for it. So yeah.
Yeah, I
Alright.
mean, what decks probably average 5 to 8 plot cards, maybe, right? If you're just kind of going for a generic kind of tempo swing thing.
Probably.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's move on and let's talk a little bit about new decks that we've been building for the new sets. You could see I did build a Jabba deck. So, but we're not going to cover that first. We're going to cover a Yularn Data Vault deck that I'm testing out. I don't know if this is that good. I will tell you that this was super fun to play. I did build this and I have this ready for locals. I don't even know if Data Vault is the way to go. I just wanted to play double green.
Needs more unity of purpose.
I don't have any unity of purpose.
Why not?
You're right.
Just end games randomly out of nowhere.
It's probably something I could probably just sub out the Devastators for that, because really, are you ever getting to 10 resources with Yularn, or should you? Probably not.
And JJ's favorite card, Attack Pattern Delta. What's up with that? Where's that?
No, I'm not putting that in there. That card sucks. I do have Protect the Pods in here. How about that?
I do love Protect the Pods.
You know how many times I've played a major Piazza and then used Attack the Pod and just wait or just killed something? Love it.
Yeah, like Partigraz, like, because it also gets the health. Like, with scaling with the Protect the Pod's actually kind of annoying.
It is. It's very annoying.
But go through the deck.
Yeah, so I have 2 TIE Fighters, 3 regular set 1 Yularns. I have 3 Hyperfoils of that card too, so I 100% was going to include that in this deck. It works in this deck because you can
it makes sense. So. Like you want it.
Yeah.
3 of the Imperial Dark Troopers, 2 major Piazzas, 3 of the Outland TIE Vanguards, 2 Snow Trooper Lieutenants, which I really like that card in this one, because it activates off of almost everything. 3 Vinets, 3 of the Emperor's Royal Guard, which I put that in here because I have so many damn officials I guarantee to get Sentinel off almost every time. Like, I don't think I've not gotten Sentinel off with him.
If only there was, if only it said Palpatine and not Emperor Palpatine, so you can get off Chancellor Palpatine.
Yeah, that's why he's not in here, just so you know. That's the only reason I don't have him in here, because he doesn't actually work with them. I have 3 General Veers, which I hope we get a Veers leader sometime. I think that would be pretty cool to have a Veers leader next set. 3 Phase 3 Troopers, 3 Super Laser Techs, 3 Resupplies, 2 Tarkins, 3 of the Shuttle ST...
Krennic Shuttle.
Yeah, it's the Krennic Shuttle is what it is. 2 of the TIE Advanced, 2 Vice Admiral Ramparts, 3 Commands, 2 Protect the Pods, 3 Agent Calluses, which I love that card more than I thought I would. I think I should put that back in my Palpatine deck too.
I mean, we played in set 1 in Palpatine. That worked out pretty well.
Yeah. 3 Overwhelming Barrages, 2 Dedras, 3 of the green Ambush Vader, 1 Relentless, and 3, technically that's 3 Devastators.
Jeez.
You don't need the Devastators or the Relentless at all, but they're there because they're fun.
I agree.
My sideboard is whatever. Like the sideboard, I don't know what to put in the sideboard. So it does have the scanning officers. I am running that Ella in the sideboard just because of plot can actually be really bad for this deck if they screw you over. Like if they run a bunch of red stuff and you can't stop them. With your Sentinels, you kind of need it. One more protected pod, 3 of the I don't know, whatever the upgrade is, that's like overwhelming barrage,
Craving power.
craving powers, and 2 relentlesses. So it's a
All right,
very
Artie.
Imperial centric deck.
All right. The only thing I have like really like against this deck is that there's 0 copies of Jar Jar Binks in here. What the hell?
Actually, that's a pretty valid point.
Because he doesn't because he doesn't fit the rebel or the Imperial synergy. That's the only reason he's not in there. He's not an Imperial. And you're right. You could probably just play him as a plot card, and that's fine. You could put Unveiled Might in here too if you really wanted to help your Yularn.
Still like Unity of Purpose.
And you could put Unity of Purpose in. Like that's a valid point too. I don't even know if I own Unity of Purposes. I guess I'd have to go look. I probably do. I probably do.
Buy them now before the price skyrockets.
So you could put that in there. I also, you could put Strike True in there if you really wanted to. But the idea is you're kind of more of like a value trade style deck. So you're more of that. You want to be a little bit more of a tempo deck with some Sentinels, and then your Yularn is just helping you ambush or aggro into that board. I'm pretty sold on the cost ratio of most of this stuff though. Like I do actually feel the cost curve on this like equals itself out, and you have. Because Yularn's was tricky to build in red. I tried to build this in red and I could not get it to work as well. Red doesn't have the Imperial synergy aspects as much.
Not for cheap.
Yeah, not for cheap. So if you wanted to play a little bit more of a control style, like a soft control red deck, I think you could do that. I mean, could you imagine being able to like have Vader and Palpatine on the board and just swinging in for both of them for 15 damage? I mean, like, it'd be really good, but
the resupplies seem a little bit strange.
Yeah, they're probably not needed either. It's just this is again. You got to think I'm the control player, right? So like I'm building this.
But you're
this
building
is like a Palpatine
kind of thing.
Yeah, you don't really need the. I didn't actually play any of the resupplies ever, so you could also keep resupplying and cut the super laser attacks if you wanted.
But you want units, you're Yularn.
Sure, but resupply is nice too. I could bring Yularn out like a turn early. It's really good. But that's fine. So JJ, I will test out Jar Jars in this deck to see actually how well that it does. I just wasn't sold on what it could do because Yularn comes out on 5. I could bring Yularn on 4 typically. And then like now it's a little bit more of a race. I wonder if that Unveiled Might would just be better. Maybe Unveiled Might goes in over the resupplies. Maybe that's what it does.
You can also put them on your Sentinels.
Yep.
Like Unveiled Might on a phase 3 Dark Trooper seems really frustrating.
Yeah. And that might actually just be better than the resupply. I'm not super sold on the Tarkin either, but I mean, he does let you get card draw. So I don't know. It's kind of
4 for 2, 3.
Yeah. He's not really good, but he is okay. But he's somebody that could probably be replaced. I have enough 4 cost stuff in there. I don't need him. But Callus has been MVP in this deck. Callus, actually, Dedra, just so you know, Dedra is actually pretty good in this deck too. The best is like Dedra can ambush in and then create that spy token. And even if she dies, I could still have my Emperor's Royal Guard Sentinels.
Yep.
Some spies are officials. And I did that last night. I still lost the game, but I did that to my son last night and he was not very happy. He was like, "You gotta absolutely be kidding me." I was like, "Yep, this is hilarious." Like,
these Emperor's Royal Guards are protecting this random politician for literally no reason. Don't worry about it.
It's probably a Palpatine in disguise. The other thought was maybe like testing clone. Do you think clones are decent enough to put in here? Because because I could clone another Sentinel, right? And it doesn't
or whatever big unit they have that's not a ship.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I kind of wonder if clone is better. Like I have a hard time partying with Devastators, to be honest with you, but like I don't think the Devastators and the Relentlesses are needed. I think that's probably just silly. I don't know.
Endless Legions.
I'm not putting Endless Legions in there. I don't believe in those decks.
Not for this deck. Not for this deck.
Yeah. So I don't know. This is my take on Yularn. This is what I have built. So, I like it. I think this has tested okay online. I don't think this is going to be like some big meta hitter, but I don't know. I think maybe we'll go back. I'll throw 2 Unity of Purposes in there, and I'll throw your Jar Jars in there. Those are the 2 suggestions, right? Jar Jars and Unity of Purpose.
Yeah, those are definitely good ones. Yep.
Yeah, I could respect it.
What do you do? 2 Jar Jars and 2 Unity of Purposes?
3 Jar Jar, double Unity.
Yeah.
Cut 1 Relentless and 1 Devastator in your resupplies.
Yep. What do you sub in for Tarkin then? If you don't like Tarkin, what would you put in for Tarkin? I mean, there's other 4-cost cards.
You can just do main deck double Craving Power.
Could do that too. That might be better in a Data Vault deck, right? That goes back to that Boba Fett style.
Or I mean, it's hard because like Palpatine isn't like an Imperial. Chancellor Palpatine isn't. You can just add another Dedra. Or if you think your board goes wide enough for like trade route taxation.
I don't think it does usually. The Sentinels get killed off pretty quickly.
Fair enough.
You would need other ways. You would need Palpatine to create the spy tokens, or other ways to create spy tokens other than Dedra. So usually she doesn't live very long. People don't let her live very long. So
surprised you didn't put Maul in there.
Well, I mean, Maul's a good consideration, but he's also not an official or Imperial, so he doesn't really fit the theme.
Eighth Brother's Imperial.
That's a good thought. Maybe Eighth Brother goes in. Maybe Eighth Brother.
Just essentially a vanilla 5/7 ambush, but
yeah, maybe he goes in instead of the Tarkins, because I don't really need that 4-cost spot. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll test that stuff out this week at locals. So hopefully nobody locally is watching this and knows what we're going to attack against. All right. The next deck I have for you is a Dedra Colossus Hard Control deck. This is in honor of our good old trench deck, just different style. JJ, why don't you cover this deck? I've talked enough tonight. So.
All right, cool. So we got Dedra here with Colossus, the one that gives you 1 less card when you start in hand, but you get 35 health, so that's really good. So we got 1 copy of Confiscate. That's in honor of me. I appreciate that.
Oh, there's like 5 one-offs.
I know. We got 1 restock, 3 Daring Raids, 3 Eye of Aldani's. 2 Eye of Aldani's. 3 top targets, 2 force chokes, 2 entrench, 1 tech, 3 clients, 2 knowledge and defense, 3 let's call it war, 3 copies of merciless contest, 3 part of the dark sides, 2 condemns, 2 felder dragons, 2 pillages, 2 takedowns, 3 vigilances, 3 no glory only results, 2 copies of retaliation, 1 bounty hunter crew, 1 Rival's Fall, 3 Super Laser Brass, 3 Crate Dragons, and 2 Annihilators. And then in the sideboard here, we have extra copy each of Confiscate, Restock, Eye of Aldani, the Grenade Strikes.
The sideboard is just a bunch of garbage. Like that's just the best side.
It's also like a 12-card sideboard. So
yeah, exactly. So, but I like this a lot. The only thing I probably would have added is I probably would have main decked the Bounty Hunter crew. I would have added all 3 in there, and then I don't know what I would have dropped. Maybe the Condemned, but yeah, I like this a lot. This definitely has a lot of control in here.
JJ. That thing is great.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. But no, I like this a lot. The only reason I would have kept more Bounty Hunter crews is that, in the event, you need to get something that you've already run through, just being able to pick that up again and using it again is a lot more beneficial. Or especially if somebody counter pillages you or makes you discard, just being able to pick up whatever you need in particular is nice. But still, lots of control on this one here. Man, like this is a pretty rough deck to try to get through if you're not prepared for it.
There is another way you can do things too. If you have triple tap target, double entrenched, and double condemn, if you change the knowledge and defense, which is a little bit rough, change the knowledge and defense to perilous position, you can actually run like a fine edition, which I know you and I, the only people who ever run that card, love.
Yep.
But getting back a condemned or a top target or an entrenched is really nice.
Oh,
As you know.
And you
all you
could
have to do is kill something, which you can do with Dedra's ability.
You could probably cut the Eye of Aldani's is kind of my I like Eye of Aldani, but like at the same token, I don't like it. Like it's great as a stall tactic, but I've ran into times where I just don't want to play it.
To me, it's just really good like early game stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'd probably run a second bounty hunter crew, but that's just because it's me. I just love my heart control. But yeah, the Eye of Aldani's to me seems like just kind of more. I know Tanner and I were talking about this off camera. He's just like, oh, Donnie's like fine, and I'm just like, yeah, it seems much more critical like early in the games, right? If you have like you're at 4 resources, right, and I play like I have Aldani, you probably have like 2 guys out, maybe 3. So like next turn when you go to 5 resources, now you're down to 3, and that's pretty limiting for things like that. And a lot of leaders flip on 5. So it's really kind of just stalling it out for another turn. Earlier game, it seems to just halt enough momentum that it's kind of annoying. Later games, I think you can just work around it.
Yeah.
It's still annoying, but work around it.
I did a deck tech for this video, and this is kind of my updated. The reason I wanted to cover this is because this is updated. Like I did a deck tech very early for this because I thought this was. I think Dedra is probably one of the better leaders out of that set. Because of her versatility and what she can do. And I need something to replace Bosk when Bosk rotates. So this is just a lot different style than Bosk, but like she does the 2 damage, right? Bosk does 1 damage to a bouncy thing. She does 2 damage to anything for 1 resource.
Or draw a card, which is generally not what you want to do against a hard control deck.
Yeah, so like I do agree with you. Maybe there's some decisions to testing and dumping the problem with the knowledge and defense is you just get that other card.
Yep.
I know it's like you're.
But perilous exhausts, and if they deploy a leader, that's really huge.
It is, and you are right. Like maybe there is a world where we do want that fine edition again in this type of deck.
I love fine edition so much. I want to put it in everything.
Yeah, well, maybe we should make a hard control red yellow deck, Alex. Maybe we should do that. Let's not do that.
So we never play a fine edition because it's blue.
No, you do. You just pay 2 for it. It's worth the 2, right?
Perfect.
I really like Condemn more than I thought I would. So I actually genuinely think Condemned is one of the best cards in the set so far.
I'd probably go to 3 for Condemn. JJ, I'm not sure if you noticed, because they formatted it poorly. They should have just been like, unit blanks all of abilities and also gets on attack -6, -0, instead of like, on attack, the unit gets -6, -0, and loses all their abilities, because the and kind of makes it seem like it's the on attack. You don't get the sequence. They just lose all their abilities.
Yeah, it's pretty good, actually.
So putting it on Kira is really funny. Because they're just like, oh, they don't swing for anything because they don't have grit.
Yeah, I think maybe the answer is you pull the pillages out and put the pillages sideboard. In the long run, I think pillage is probably not really worth it in the deck. It is nice to be able to play pillage and knock them, but I've gone from 3 to 2 now. So, like there's a world I could see a world where you just move the pillages to the sideboard and run 3 in the side, along with your 3 open fires. And I think there's a world you could just run 3 Eye of Aldani's in the side. And then like another restock is what you just want, really.
I also feel like the grenade strikes would be a little bit more useful than daring raid in main deck. But that's just kind of a gut feeling I have.
So the answer is yes and no. The answer is yes, except for if I want to use her ability turn 1.
Right. That's the only scenario I think that the daring raids would be better.
Yes, and so you could take the daring raids out, but I found that I can, for 2 costs, I'm now doing 4 damage to something, right? Whereas the grenade strikes is 2 costs, you do 2 damage to 1 and 1 damage. So
it also seemed a little bit better into like Vader pilots.
That's why it's in the side, because that's actually what's for Vader pilots. Just so you
Yeah.
know, like that's actually what that's
But
for.
you can main deck them.
You can, but I don't know if a Vader pilot's going to be that big of a thing. I don't know. And the client also is like I love having the client in there, but do you really even have to have the client for healing? Like
Against Vader decks, you do.
yeah, against Vader. Usually you don't win this against Vader decks, so
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, as a sideboard, it'd be nice, honestly, more than main deck.
Yeah, it's just the problem is I was running Pershings and I found I don't need Pershings in this deck.
Not
Like-
with Daedra's ability.
Yeah, if they're just taking all the damage, I don't need as many cards. And that's where you're right. That's where Grenade Strike actually just would be better. If they take all the damage, Grenade Strike just becomes insanely better because it's just doing like the extra damage. That's why that Call of War is in there over Open Fire. I actually
I
used
like
to
the
run.
Let's Call It War. I think that's pretty cool because you should usually have initiative, I'm sure.
You almost always have initiative and you almost always get it off, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, let's move on. So the next one I have is Padme.
You want to just do mine? And 2 of yours, and then 1 of mine, 2 of yours.
Where is yours?
At the very bottom.
Okay. Sure, we can go and do yours next. Yep.
Because I haven't really went over a deck yet, so. And this one's silly. I made this for JJ. So it's good old Grand Moff Tarkin yellow, bringing it back.
Yes.
Man, I could still really use that triple dark ray, but whatever, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Tarkin yellow. So I got triple of the Screeching TIE Fighter, and then triple of the TIE LN Fighter. Double Confiscate, triple Dark Trooper, double Jar Jar, triple Major Partigraz, triple Van triple Arrest, double Trade Route Taxation, triple Chancellor Palpatine, triple Veers, triple Lurking TIE, Phantom, triple Phase 3 Trooper, triple Yellow Moff Gideon, because I want to play him in one deck, damn it. Triple TIE Advanced, triple Overwhelming Barrage, double Daedra, and triple Grand Admiral Thrawn. In the side, I have double Surprise Strike, triple the Contracted Jumpmaster, double Emperor's Royal Guards, and triple Waylay. I had Orn Free-Ta for a little bit. That's why actually pretty much all the events other than OB are laws, which is kind of cool because Complicate's a law and the rest is a law. Trade Route Taxation's also a law. I was messing around with some stuff. I had the one that like gives officials some experience tokens, which is why there's a lot of officials in here. I'm still working on things. But just play a 1-drop turn 1, give it experience, or play a 2-drop that's also pretty solid, and then stack a bunch of stuff on your Lurking TIE fans and tell them they can't do much. Also, Moff Gideon. I finally get to play Moff Gideon. 5/4, and you can give them experience tokens. It's just like a tempo deck. It's funny.
Yeah, I
The
like
rest
this a lot.
is-
The only I
Go for
probably would have added in the ST shuttle, where you can transfer out experiences as you need to.
Yeah.
Just to give it a little bit more
Well,
balance on there.
Van can also
But
kind of
it's good.
do that as well.
Yeah.
Just the Chronic Shuttle was like, do I do that or do like the TIE Advance and Moff Gideon? I want to play Moff Gideon, damn it.
Yeah, I like Moff Gideon a lot, actually.
Yeah, so it's like a bunch of Imperial synergy, except for Jar Jar and Palpatine.
And Vinay.
And no,
Oh no,
Vanae's
he's Imperial.
Yeah.
Yep, Vanane's Imperial. Yep.
Yeah, so like, stack a bunch of experience and just do things, right? It's very much like tempo, and then also with the Moff Gideon, or not Moff Gideon, Grand Moff Tarkin flip, you can plot out both Chancellor Palpatine and Trade Route Taxation, like we were talking about earlier. So you just like get 4 units on the board out of nowhere, and then hopefully you have more units than them at that point.
Yeah, and you have the ability to upgrade one of them if you want to. You can upgrade Palpatine, all that fun stuff.
Well, not Palpatine, but Partigraz actually you can start upgrading, which gets a little bit silly with Grand Moff as well, because Tarkin is an official, and pretty much everyone is, except for the Dark Troopers. So it's fun. It's a silly little tempo style. I've seen some people mess around with like blue Moff Tarkin. which is
so-
interesting, blue-green villainy or whatever. But I have Jabba and Garth Saxon for all that, so whatever. I'm gonna play yellow. It's a little
Yeah.
clunky, but I'm working on it.
It's probably a relatively cheap deck to play too, so it still kind of fits in the. Like,
Yeah, I think
I
the
think-
only expensive cards are the Thrawns.
Yeah, and those are only $5 a piece, really. So you can get them for $5 or a little bit less than $5 right now. So
Yeah, it's kind of a budget deck. That's kind of what always yellow Tarkin was. It was like a budget yellow, but like your most expensive cards are the Thrawns, and then probably like the Chancellor Palpatines.
Yeah, when I first started, this style of deck was actually like my bread and butter for a long time because it was a budget deck, but it still performs so well. Like, it's nice.
Yeah, I would recommend trying it out, JJ.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't kill your units. Then you'll be set.
Yeah, Ben.
all right, let's go. We'll talk about Padme Tarkin Town. This is one of the decks I've been kind of testing around as well. I think mine's a little bit has more space in it than other people's do. I've seen people like with a Padme deck with like just Falcons in it, and I was like, I don't know about that. Like, I don't know. So I'm a little more space heavy even than some of the other ones are, but I tried to go a little bit closer to her theme, right? Like anything with disclosed discard type stuff to help trigger that damage. Notably, I do not have Daring Raids in here. I'm not going to put Daring Raids in every Tarkin Town deck, for Christ's sake, but you could add
Grenade
them.
strikes.
You could add them or grenade strikes if you want.
I think Daring Raids would be a little bit better than the grenade strikes in this one, but yes.
So this one has 3 Hot Shot Blasters, 2 Bail Organas, 3, I don't know how to say her name.
Karis.
Karis.
It's also a guy.
Is it? It looks like a girl. All right. 3 Karises, 3 of the N1 Starfighters, 3 R2D2s, which I'll be honest, I'm not sold on 3 of the R2D2s, but it does work with...
It does discard stuff.
With Padme, and I just don't like that R2D2, but like it does work with Padme. So, I mean, it is what it is. 3 of the Warriors, 2 Bamboozled, 3 of the Faith in Your Friends, 3 Anakin Skywalkers. And again, I would love to drop the 2 Anakin Skywalkers because he's unique and he can't play 3 of them, but he's just too good. He gets that 2 raid with her like for free. So I don't know. It's really hard not to have 3 of them.
I would have 3.
And I own 2 hyperfoils of them too, by the way. For whatever
Those are hard to find.
3 Cassians, 3 of the Ebon Hawk, or 2 of the Ebon Hawk. 3.
I go 3 Ebon Hawks. Those things are nasty in Padme.
Yeah, and there's a good chance that I probably will, because I like the space piece of it more. You probably don't need the 3 Sun Ferocities. You probably could just get away with 2, honestly. Then I have 3 of the Yellow Falcons, 3 Let's Call It Wars, because I am addicted to that card. 3 of the Sun Ferocities, 2 Kira, 2 of Lucen's Spacecraft, 3 Plos, 2 Poe Damerons, 2 Rays, and 2 Han Solos. The sideboard is just kind of, again, I mean, there's 10 cards in there, but that's more of my hodgepodge. I have the 3rd Poe, the 3rd Han, 2 Surprise Strikes, 3 Daring Raids, and 3 of the Charged with Espionage, which allows you to exhaust and do damage with Padme. So,
no, that's the look at the hand.
that's right. That's the Spark of Hope ones. That's right. Yep. Disclose. So you get to disclose, steal a card out of their hand, and do a damage. So, I do agree with you. The Ebon Hawk feels better. Again, it's like all these damn unique things. Like I've had times where I've drawn like 2 Ebon Hawks and a Millennium Falcon, and then the next turn you draw a 3rd Millennium or 2nd Millennium Falcon, and you're like, I can't even play all of this because they're all unique.
Says the guy who yelled at me for running 3 Knights of Ren instead of 3 Grievous.
Well, you'll see my next deck has I got rid of Grievuses, so there you go. So I don't know. I'm not super I don't have a lot of removal in this deck. So that's kind of like the bigger question is, do you need more removal in the deck or not? I do like Karis actually quite a bit, with her ability to be able to bring in a ready spy. So between Padme's ability and that spy, you could typically like take 2 of their units for yours off the board, so you could just kind of wipe their board if you really want to. Bale lets you discard the card to get the spies too, so I don't know. Like Bale, I'm not as sold on because I don't have the card draw per se outside of the Faith of Friends, right? You know, you just don't have card draw. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I would consider is maybe adding in open fires in here. Maybe drop the N1s. But that's the only thing I could think of really.
Man, you're like 6 cards away from just being able to run Boshak pretty decently for a card
Yeah.
draw.
I know you could, and like the Kiras, I don't think are required. Just so you know, like Kira's just so good. Like when we played Kira in Quinlan, it was just so good, Like I actually cut one of the Kiras, and I don't want to, just because I like Kira. But you're right.
Yeah, it's just
we
like
could go Boshak with this.
yeah, it just sucks. Your early draws are going to be 2, so it's like you want to go N1 into like a Cartel Turncoat and bail into something else, and then you can like shove in Boshaks there and have a pretty decent time.
Yeah, and I think there's a world where you do that, right? Like you could put Boshaks, and I mean, because you could switch out some of the. The problem is the R2D2s are in there, right? And then the warrior clans, they all work with Padme. You know?
Right, like you want the Carrots, the R2D2s, the warrior clans, and probably the Bamboozles and Kiras. So that's like 13 cards, which isn't a ton. You could probably cut it down to 12 and be super fine with it. You just have to like ditch the N1s and the Bales.
Yeah, and I think you could probably get away with getting rid of Bales. I think you probably could. I'm not. Yeah. I love Bale and I loved him in Sealed, but I have a hard time getting rid of my cards. Right? Like I like to have cards in my hand.
Although we were trying to mitigate that with Boshak, but still, you play a bunch of stuff, right? Like I'm sure you could probably play like Greedo, right, instead of Bale. Right? Just
you could.
Yeah.
You could also go turn cartel calls and A-wings, right? Like now you've got I could literally just replace those like Bale for that. You lose a little bit of synergy, but then you could go down to you have 2 turn 1 plays, right? You know, so you can,
and then you have more ships for Boshak to go on to.
Yeah. So see, I do agree. I don't like those N1s actually quite at all. Like we used to love them. I don't like them. So I put them in there just because they were had the ability to do the 3 damage turn 1. And like,
but hopefully we're just turning this into like a Han 4 deck, and Han 4 I'm sure just does it better.
He does. So I mean, he doesn't get the pings, but yeah, I know. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I like the Boshak draw though. Like I'm attached to that piece of it too.
Giving something +1/+2 and draw 2 is pretty nice.
And I guess if you're going to getting rid of Bales and N1s and cutting an R2D2, maybe you go to Churncoats, Mining Guild, 1 Mining Guild.
No, just A-Wings.
Just A-Wings and Churncoats and call it a day. I don't know. You probably could go down 1 sudden ferocity too. I don't genuinely think. And the Rays are a requirement. Rays just really nice with the R2D2s and the Faith in Your Friends abilities. Like it just works real well. Ray probably could just disappear too. That 2 damage is not usually 100% relevant. It's just again, it's really hard to get rid of that Ray piece, you know. But she worked a lot better in some of the other decks that ran her.
If you want to get real funky, you can start doing like heroic sacks and like light makers.
Yep.
Because also swinging for 9 and then exhausting your opponent's side of the board is really funny.
Yeah, that's dirty.
And they're both odd costed cards.
All right, I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna make an odd costed Padme theory. That's what we're gonna do now.
Light maker heroic sack, baby.
Yeah, I do like the light maker edition, and like I mean, you know what also helps Plo? Like those 1 drops actually help Plo quite a bit.
Now we're live cooking. Look at that.
All right, so we're getting rid of Bales, and we're getting rid of Bales. I could literally go to the deck right now. We could just tweak it right now. All right, let's keep moving. I want to be go over this last one. Alex, do you want the last one, or JJ? Do you want the last one?
Or JJ, you can do it. I don't know. It's fine with me.
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
This is similar. Like I told people, they're just like, I want to play Jabba. I'm like, well, Jabba just slots right into like my Gar Saxon shell. Like, just take out some Gar specific stuff and then add some like Java specific stuff. And I think you have a good time. So this is Jabba ECL. You got double timely intervention, double Pershing, triple Imperial Dark Trooper, triple Inferno 4, triple Jar Jar, double Lobot, my boy, double Chancellor Palpatine, triple Death Trooper, triple Knights of Ren, triple Super Laser Tech, triple Supremacy TIE SF, triple Power of the Dark Side, triple Resupply, double Unveiled Might, triple Devastating Gunship, triple the Blue Vader, triple the Green Vader, double Dedra, double Ball, and double Jabba's Rancor. The sideboard is the thing, right? So the third copy of Timely Intervention, triple Eager Escort Fighters, which I'm sure is just for Vaders and Falcons. Double OB, a third Rancor, and then triple Snoke. It's pretty similar to a Jabba deck that I have built. Not quite the same, but it's, pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've learned that if you have Unveiled Might and Palpatine in your hand, right, and you're on that 3 resource turn, you resource your Unveiled Might and you hold your Palpatine, and then you deploy your Vader. You deploy your Jabba. Use your Unveiled Might. If you don't need to ambush in a Vader, you now have Palpatine that can come out on 6 resources, and then it protects that side of the board. And now you can just do whatever you want. Like now you're kind of just set there, and like Jabba lives. Like if they really want to rivals fall Jabba, do you care that much? Nope, you don't. I don't care. Like I just got 3 units.
The Pershings are always funny because you can just start like pinging whatever unit you want to have damage, and also ensures Jabba having an ability.
Yep,
which is always nice. I run 3 Pershings in my Jabba deck, but I understand double because you actually want to do stuff.
Yep.
And that's ECLing out Blue Vader is always really good.
Yep, and the timelies probably you don't need the timelies, and again you could get rid of it, baby, but it's triple just like timely. The problem I have is if I don't have the timelies, is when I need them the most, is when I want them, right? And so like I actually, that's why I cut the overwhelming barrage out of the main, because I actually just found that I don't care about it. That I would rather play some of these other cards on the 5 resource turn. Like sometimes I don't have a big enough board, but you can flip Jabba, have that Unveiled Might, and then overwhelming barrage Jabba, and just like now you got a 6 damage, on turn 6. You could do that. I don't know. Maybe you cut some of the ramp and put the overwhelming barrages back in. Like you probably don't need 2 sets of ramp in there.
Honestly, I wouldn't even run any ramp. I don't run ramp in my Jabba deck because he comes out on 5. Like I'm not a pressing need to like. I'm not an endgame deck. I mean, this one's a little bit more geared towards endgame than mine. But like mine's like I'm not really an endgame deck. I don't really need to ramp over things. I just need to kind of control the board for a little bit, and then Java deploys and ruins everyone's life. Because like ambushing Blue Vader out gives someone else a shield. With Java out is you like 3 for none your opponent. It's really dirty. Because he just does the reciprocal damage from whatever he ambushes into, so you can strike up higher. Like I think the only thing that lives is like Cad Bane, so you just put the shield on Cad Bane, leader, because he doesn't do enough damage back to you to kill him with Jabba's ability. But Vader can swing up super high.
Yeah, because it's only 7. That's hilarious.
That's true.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean that's why you put the shield on Cad Bane. But yeah, that's like the only like really weird one out of that. So I also have Onyx Squadron over Inferno 4 because I like healing,
and that's fair too. That's just the old control holdover. That's what we've had, for how many years? Because the other option would be is like, could you put the Krennic shuttle in here? And if you're going to start putting like Wind Defeateds and stuff like that, you then put Krennic in here. Like if you're going to move that direction.
Like I still have triple Owen and triple Krennic, but I also have Anakins in my deck instead of like Dedra, right? So I have, because like Anakins can kill the Cad Banes when they ambush out. So I have like triple Blue Vader, double Anakin, double Green Vader, double Maul.
Hmm.
So
and you
therefore, I'm
need
like,
two
oh, I can
you
run the
need two
Owens.
Rancors in here. Come on.
I know. I should put the Rancors in there. I don't want to because, like, I don't want to control their stuff and then start blowing up my own units. But I understand. It's also Jabba's Rancor, and it's a Rancor, and Rancors are cool.
They are, and you can timely it, so it's even better.
You could timely it for basically its cost.
100% have done that more than one time.
If only it had overwhelm. I do find it funny
True.
that you just like, I timely out Jabba's Rancor and do 6 damage to one of my dudes.
Usually to my Jabba.
Right.
That's usually what it is.
But also, like,
Usually
it
my
triggers
Jabba.
Jabba's ability. I mean,
Yep.
once. It's not 6 damage, it's 3 damage. But, like,
Mhm.
so you can also kind of do that. I like the devastating gunships. I have those as well because you are trying to do damage to things. It's a fun deck. Like, I like Jabba in this set a lot. I might like him too much just because Blue Vader ECL is stupid with him. But he's also Jabba. He's cool and he's fun.
Yeah, I think Jabba's a very underrated leader this set. I think people like, I mean, his showcase is like 88 ballots. It's like,
he's nasty and limited too. I don't know why are people down on Jabba? He's great.
I don't know. Like, I genuinely think Jabba, like, would you run Kira over Jabba? Fine, maybe, but Jabba does more longer term than Kira does. So, like, period. Like, Jabba lives through a lot of stuff. Nobody kills Jabba, you know.
Oh yeah, like Jabba out, like Jabba as a leader unit out is just really frustrating to do anything to because, like, when they start just hitting your units, they just blow up more stuff. That's really hard to dig out of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe you should send post your list. There you go. That's for the Patreon. Let's post your Jabba list in the Patreon for it, and then people can compare the two and play the two together. So I'm not super sold on Chancellor Palpatine having to be in there either, but I just love him in there, and I have 2 hyperspace foils of him as well. So it's kind of hard not to just want to play him just because of that and Palpatine. But if I start running, the problem I have is I can't build a Jabba ECL deck and then build a Chancellor Palpatine like Data Vault deck. Like, I don't have enough Vaders to do that. So
yeah,
but
JJ, what's your thoughts on this? You're gonna run this deck?
Yeah, I definitely would run this deck. I kind of think I would leave the resupplies out and I would keep the super laser techs in there just so you can get your higher end Vaders out there, because I do like having a more like end game type approach to this. But beyond that, I like this a lot. I mean, this is really solid overall. It's something that I would definitely play a lot. As far as the timely interventions go, I think I would probably leave them in the sideboard. I don't know if I would necessarily need them in every single game, depending on who I'm facing off against, because you're likely going to be taking initiative most of the time, and you can set yourself up pretty well to always have that first punch to go in, or if you need to absolutely like rush a unit into somebody, then you can always sideboard that in. I think that's more reactive than anything. I would actually probably have Snoke main deck in this particular deck, just for again, just keeping that your opponent's side of the board like really like down if it ever comes down to it. But yeah, I like this deck a lot. It's good.
JJ, you can timely intervention a devastating gunship, ambush into something, and then kill it because it has 2 or less health.
yes,
That is true. I did not think of that. That's actually good. That is pretty gross, actually. Yeah.
I mean, you
want
ECL it out too, but
yeah, then you don't have it for Vader. But I mean, at one point, if you don't have Vader in your hand, right, you have the gunship and you have to kill things. You have to kill things.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I think that's enough for tonight. Thank you all so much for joining us this week, with some new decks and some plot card discussion. So hopefully you found that entertaining and fun and informative. As a reminder, you can subscribe to us right here on YouTube. You can subscribe to us on Podbean, whatever floats your boat, or other podcast catchers. And make sure you join our Discord for the riveting conversations we have. So, all right. Thank you all. Have a good night, and we'll see you next week.
Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks for listening.